Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And this isn't like an album anniversary in particular, but I'm reviewing all these albums leading up to their new album, which comes out on the 18th, from one of my favorite bands, especially in black metal. And as you can see by the title, we're going to be reviewing Vobiscum Satanas by the Almighty Dark Funeral, the band's second full-length album released on April 27th, 1998 through No Fashion Records. Now, this, of course, follows up their previous album, The Secret of the Black Arts, which came out in 1996. And with this album, they had a little bit of a lineup change. And they got a new vocalist, Emperor Magus Kalugia, who is now singing as well as slap at a bass on the album. And this also has another new guitarist along with Lord Armon on Typhos and another drummer, Alzazman. And this is the only album to have Typhos and Alzazman. And this album is a little bit different compared to Secret of the Black Arts. I feel like, I don't know, it just sounds, feels pretty much shorter than it is. It's only like 35 minutes in length. And this version I have also has a couple live tracks, which are pretty much the same thing. I mean, there's nothing really much to talk about that, so we're just mostly talking about like the main 8 songs that are on Vobiscum Satanas. And of course, Vobiscum Satanas, the title is actually Latin for May Satan Be With You. I think it was pretty awesome. Let's just dive right into this. Production is pretty solid. The vocals from Emperor Magnus Kalugia, I can never fucking say his name. It sounds different compared to previously of Themgoroth. I feel like they both have different ranges, but I think Emperor does a really great job on this album. Not to say that Themgoroth is bad by any means, but I think that Emperor does a really great job on here. And as well as the bass is a little bit, kind of wish was a little bit audible. The guitar work, of course, from Lord Armon and Typhos, both of them come up with some really great riffs. And then the drumming from Alzazman, those are really great. So without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is Ravenna Morty. Now, right from the get-go, we are just go right into like fast-paced music with blast beats and really sick-sounding riffs. And I really love the apocalyptic kind of atmosphere that is created with this song, and it's always present in the more mid-paced short sections, just full of riffs and darkness. And the vocals here are scary, and it's screamed. It just falls sort of like the gloom that lies within this album. And the drums and the guitar reign supreme over the album, and that's pretty much a good way to start off the album. And then we go into Enriched by Evil. Now, this song is very good in some parts with the main riff because it really just shows a hint of melody in the sea of brutality, where sort of like the black waves are for the guitars and sort of like the cold is for the drums. I just think they just really go hand in hand with each other. Next on the album is called Thy Legions Come. Now, this song is even more pissed off than the rest of the album, and it has a really great riff, and the growled parts are perfect once again. It adds more to the darkness and the variety of the sound on this album. And then we get to Evil Prevail. Now, just by the title alone, this is a very just evil-sounding song, full of sick riffs, full of drumming, just everything about this song just speaks for evil. And then we get to Slava Satan, which this song itself is pretty good song. I dig it. And then we get to The Black Winged Horde. Now, this pretty much takes, again, the violent, fast direction, and the main riff is good again, but there are some parts on here that are kind of less memorable, and I will give some credit here, especially in the vocals, because they're incredibly evil and just scream really well. And then we get to the title track of the album, Vobiscum Satanas. Now, this song is pretty long, a massive example of not so fast black metal with the present and welcome breaks, and the vocals here are truly scary because it almost kind of like switches almost like the tonalities in many parts, and there's like the whisper ones, and here there's like a heavier sense in the atmosphere and the murkiness. And it just, I don't know, I feel like it's just a raging strike that'll just waiting the listener at the very end of this song. And then we close things out with Ineffable King of Darkness. Now, I think it's a very fitting conclusion of the album in respect of its high-speed rhythm and increasingly insane screaming at the end. And I just think, like, Emperor Magnus Caligula, screams really well, and I don't know. I think it's just a something precisely what I would expect from a black metal band. Now, overall, Vobiscum Satanas is a pretty good album. I feel like there could have been some parts that could have done better, but I think it's a pretty good album. So if I had to give this album a score, I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of the album, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.